How you doing, man? Coach Burgess and Coach Warner here, being caught off guard by the recording of our podcast. Even though we did press the button, that's just kind of how it works sometimes. Welcome to our debut, very rough draft podcast called Raising the Bar. Today, Coach Warner and Coach Burgess will be talking about full body routines or split routines. Some of the ins and outs of each of those, or which one you should choose. Coach Warner, you want to say hi to the audience while I make sure I'm sharing the document with you?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I hope that you guys, I hope this is just a little bit different format for you guys, and you learn a little something, and this is just a little bit easier going, and you guys can just kind of pop in your earbuds occasionally and listen to us chat and just kind of formulate your own opinions about some of the things that are being discussed, and just learn something. So this will be interesting. This is a learning experience for Coach Burgess and myself.
That's right. And, even though, within the context of the classroom, there's some stuff we get to talk about. There's so many topics that kids ask questions about that we don't always get a chance to get to in class because they're not on a plan for the learning plan. So this is a way for us to be able to address some of those topics in depth. Just kind of, giving the people what they want, like that. So today we're talking about whole body versus split routines. And what is your initial thought process on that, Coach?
My initial thought is for me personally, and I know it really depends on everybody's goals because everything I feel like really depends on what a person wants to attain. But my initial thought, and personally for me right now, I definitely prefer full body workouts. How about you?
Yeah. I prefer full body workouts as well. And I think the reason is because I'm coming from having been doing CrossFit for so long.
Yeah.
Not so long, but probably like the past year and a half, I've been doing a lot of CrossFit stuff.
Yeah.
And one of the chief like characteristics of it is that it's more fun. You know what I'm saying? It's just more fun than pounding out the same movement 75 times in a row.
Totally. And here is actually what I like about our pairing, because we come from, we don't really come from greatly different backgrounds until we get to adulthood. Like, I don't know if the
Right.
students know, but you are a certified personal trainer, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
I am not. Obviously, to be a PE teacher, we all have to be certified, right? To know certain things and have certain requirements and have certain knowledge bases. But for sure, I feel like that gives you a definitely different viewpoint than what I have. And I would even go as far as to consider myself, especially getting back into the swing of things after having had 3 babies and a major surgery within the past few months. I'm starting in a completely different place than you are right now. So I feel like where we're starting right now, and you having that personal training background, and me really coming from kind of like a beginner's starting point again for myself right now, I feel like that gives us a very a good difference in opinion, or what's the phrase I'm looking for?
Like you said, pairing. We have good contrast.
A variation of viewpoints, which I feel like I can appreciate for sure.
I'll tell you what, man. Even just doing the research for today's episode, I learned a lot. Especially given my current situation where I'm like, I'm like a little sick at the moment or whatever. So, let's start with full body. Then we both like full body workouts, and some of the characteristics of full body workouts. Did you get that link in the chat?
Yep.
Okay. Some of the characteristics of full body workouts. So for those of us who don't know, basically a full body workout is if you take the 10 to 15 sets of an exercise a lifter should do a week, or the 3 to 4 exercises a person should do a week, and you split them up Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so that on Monday you're doing maybe a little bit of chest, a little bit of legs, a little bit of shoulders, and then maybe some Olympic lifting. And on Wednesday, you're getting a similar kind of variety of spread, maybe some back, some hamstrings, and some calves. And then on Friday, you're getting shoulders, and you're doing some major cardio with some whole body lifting, like thrusters or something like that, versus a split routine. The what am I going to say? The full body routine is going to, one of the aspects I like about it the most is it's going to burn more calories, right? So for a person who is into like looking to lift so that they can lose weight, the full body routine is going to give them that calorie burn that splits won't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
One of my favorite things too with a full body workout is, not that I mind working out, but I'm required to work out less simply because I can cover more body parts in fewer time. So if I miss a day, with a split body workout, and there's a few different types of split body workouts, right? Upper, lower, or chest
push,
and
pull,
thighs, right? But like, if I'm doing a split body workout and I miss one day, now I miss those muscle groups for the second or third time that week. Mm-hmm. And so I hate that. Whereas if I'm just doing a full body workout every single day and I have to adjust my schedule, and do that workout on a rest day, I'm not missing a muscle group workout,
Right.
There's just like less pressure. And it gives you a little bit more flexibility in terms of scheduling workouts. So that's like super handy for me right now.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a big draw for me.
I would say that.
Go
ahead. Go ahead. Keep going.
I also just obviously with our recent, CrossFit level 1 trainer certifications, I've totally bought into the functional fitness aspect of it. Right. So it's like, as a mom who wants to just be around and be healthy and be able to get down on the ground with my kids and play and make sure that I can do that for a really long time, it's just that I want to make sure that I'm as functional as I can be. And I feel like a lot of those compound movements that lend themselves more nicely to a full body workout, right? Are just more functional because of, the way that they work, and they work more than one muscle group at a time. And so for that reason too, the basis in functionality is a huge draw for me as well.
Right. Well, if I had to pick up back off something you were going to say was about the full body workout. When you're missing a workout, like in a split routine, you might not get back around to that muscle group for another, now it's like a whole other week that you can't do that. So that makes it 2 weeks in between squats or whatever. And so it's easier by mistake to create muscle imbalances that way.
I didn't even think about it from that angle.
And that is something that none of us want. None of us want muscle imbalances, and actually that might be why we're lifting to correct those, because muscle imbalances give us all kinds of discomforts in different areas. You know what I mean? So full body for me, I do prefer that way as well. Now, what I learned on the flip side, though, for split routines. So split routines, a full body routine is going to burn more calories, right? So it depends on a person's goals. A split routine is more likely to make you stronger because you can induce fatigue in the muscle group, and you can target that muscle group and their motion and that movement. So if you're lifting for hypertrophy, like you want to get your muscles larger, or if you're looking to increase your 1 rep max strength, you're going split routine is going to be what's better for you, because it also gives that muscle group time to recover,
right?
Rather than kind of beating it down again 2 days later. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's crucial to learn. And in my own experience, I created my program as a full body program, but with weight like a split routine. Right. So you saw me sometimes in those videos, me deadlift 370 pounds or squatting 330 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then after that, though, that's only the first exercise of my program.
Right.
So I'd go after that and I'd do some lunges, some front squats, and then be doing pull-ups or whatever. And I think my body was we're done for a minute. You need to take a rest. You need to take a rest. And so that's kind of where I'm at the moment. And then now that I did the research here, it's like that is an issue. So they showed this quote from Arnold Schwarzenegger
The
when he was in
overtraining
his
issue.
when he was in his prime as a bodybuilder. He did a HIIT workout, a high intensity interval training workout, and he said, "I would rather go be a ski instructor in Sweden or in Austria than to do this ever again. Yeah, I'm not never doing it."
Never doing this.
So yeah, so he put some limits on that.
Yeah.
So that is one of the cons here for for full body is you can't really get the strength up the way that you want it to.
Yeah.
Um,
And I feel like we can feel that. I feel like we can feel that difference because if I'm doing a split workout, you had mentioned this in class a couple of days ago. If it's a leg day and I'm walking around on wobbly, tired legs for the rest of the day, that's no longer functional for me as a mom.
right.
If I can't walk down the stairs or if I can't keep up with them, like that's not realistic for me, you know. If it's an upper body day and I can't lift my hands to wash my hair, like that takes away from my ability to just like keep up with everyday life, you know. And I know that soreness is obviously an indicator that we're making changes and we're making some gains. And I do get soreness from a full body workout, but not to the extent like I do from a split body workout, which would back up what you just said, right? Because those muscles are achieving fatigue, you know, and likely probably even go into muscle failure at some point if you're training that hard. But I don't experience that kind of fatigue and soreness with a full body workout. Not that I do experience fatigue, I should say. I don't experience the kind of soreness that I do from a split body. And I just feel like that's better for my needs right now. But obviously, if I had some weightlifting competition, you know, goals right now, that would change for me. So
we're gonna have to cut this short. We are coming up on the next class period. Coach, you want to try again, or you think it's gonna suffice here? I think we're about 13 minutes.
Let's roll with it and see what happens.
Okay, I will cut it right here. Thank you guys for coming out to our first episode of whole body versus split routines. I promise you we will touch on this one again to get to all the information that we have. All right. So thank you guys very much. Happy Wednesdays. Yep.